In this planning solution, you can take advantage of OLAP's write-back technology, which means that you can write back data directly into your data model by using a pivot table. In this report, you can see your partners and the time hierarchy at this time by half years, and the cost centers and the engineers groups. Each levels can be modified, or at each level can be the data written back into the model. For example, if we plan sold hour per month for Mr. Nagy Robert, we can input the data directly here, and after an automatic cell update it will be calculated into the total amount also. If we decide to modify the sold hours at the level of quarter, then all of the monthly data will be modified automatically, or we can choose a calculation function at advanced budgeting, for example, multiplying by 2. In this case, all the half-year data will be multiplied. Here you can see a summary report of your sold hours in your plan. Other input data are, for example, base salary, which can be modified by a group or by an elementary data, of course. Here we modify the base salary for that group in wage contributions, and you can enter input data for calculating license cost, which in this case is calculated by cost centers, and a total amount of cost centers of license costs will be calculated automatically by the full-time employees. To the head office cost center, we can input cost to allocate by some drivers. For example, a rental fee and an IT cost. This cost allocation procedure will be shown after calculating the result at this level. After running a cube processing procedure, we can refresh our result report, which calculates the salary costs and the license costs, and automatically an amount of the revenues to reach a 10% margin. And here you can see that some costs are already calculated directly to the engineers level and the cost centers, but the costs before allocation are still on head office cost center, which will be calculated. Here we can control the amount of social costs that this is correct. We can run a cost allocating procedure, which at first step will allocate IT fees directly to the level of the employees, while rental fee will be allocated to the level of cost centers. After refreshing the report, we will see the result as allocated IT fee is already on the level of cost centers and the employees. Here are the original amount. We can go down to the level of an engineer, and here can be seen the allocated amount. While rental fee is still on the level of cost centers. For allocating rental fee, a driver amount of floor area was used, which also can be written to the model directly. And at the second level of cost allocating, these rental fee will be allocated to the level of employees, so we can We can see a total amount at the level of the employees. Here you can see that the rental fee is at this level of the employees. At the original amount, and the revenues, sales revenues, are calculated automatically to reach this 10% margin. Data can be modified after the result has been calculated. At each level of this contribution, the data can be changed. For example, if you like to increase your salary cost, you can apply it by writing this data back, and you can see that the calculated indexes and calculated prices have already changed for version plan 2. But of course you can apply these changes at the level of the employees. You can either calculate or write back data directly, and the changed data can be seen at the other report also. And if we have some data to be shown on a dashboard or on a Power BI dashboard, you can send data to Power BI by applying an advanced budgeting function, and after refreshing this Power BI dashboard, we will see our calculated plan amounts, for example by a waterfall chart. And you can check that net result amounts for plan 2 and plan 3, which are shown here. At this time all the data are shown without applying a filter, but after choosing one, for example a cost center filter or an employee, you can see that all the data are changing dynamically.